What's up, everybody on YouTube? iDog624 here with my first gameplay in months. Actually, haven't played a game since Shadowgun. I'm proud. Okay, today we are gonna play the Stanley Parable. Let's begin. I'm excited. The end is never. The end is never. Just so you didn't. In case you didn't get
This
it
is the
first
story
time,
of a
the
man
end
named
is
Stanley.
Never.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was
This is the title of
employee
the
number
game.
427. Employee number 427's job was
Oh,
simple.
did he now?
He sat at his desk
Push.
in room.
I pushed a button. And I liked it.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever.
No.
I will be happy. Stanley waited.
My subscribers won't
Hours
be happy.
passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okay. What just happened? Wow, okay.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Meeting room.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
First of all, did I hit a cut DLC or something? Because I've never experienced that before. But on secondary, Stanley has never been very good with directions before. I'm surprised he even made it past the 5th grade. Let's go this way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep. I like lounges. Lounges have drinks.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yes, admire it.
Yes, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh well. Nope. Going straight up here. Okay. I see we can't go there, so let's go this way.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Seems legitimate. Let everything bottle up inside you if you want to achieve true happiness.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his
Up it
boss's
is.
office.
Up, 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 up. Executive bathroom. I want to go in there. Where is Jenna? Jenna at? Yes, Jenna should be here. She's the receptionist. Jenna.
Stepping
She's
into his
gone.
manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
Okay, guys.
But of course, Stanley
2,
couldn't possibly have known this.
8, 4, 9. No. 2, 8, 4, 6.
Stanley
2.
simply began entering random codes into the
Okay,
keypad,
2,
knowing full
8,
well the
4,
sheer
5,
statistical
let's do
unlikelihood, yet incredibly,
8,
by simply pushing
0,
random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Normally, yes, thank you, narrator. Normally, we would not want to go towards the lights, but as we all know with this game, this is not what we want. It is what our good friend Mr. Stanley wants. Stanley, go towards the light. Go towards the light. Okay, Stanley has spoken. It's an elevator. Making our descent. I actually do like this game. This is a very, very
Descending
well
deeper
done
into the
game.
building, Stanley realized he felt a bit
They're making a
peculiar.
second
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Okay.
Facility.
That's just a... Escape. Mind control facility, escape. Mind control facility, escape. Mind, escape. Mind, escape. Mind, escape. Let's go with the escape.
Although this
route.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Sorry, I thought it glitched. I can feel the fog just touching
The door
my
behind him was not
hands.
shut. Stanley still had
That's how
every opportunity
realistic
to
this
turn
game
around and
is.
get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
It's getting dark. No, 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 no. Back, 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 back. Run, run, run. Something's gonna come and get us. This is a unusually long hallway to lead to your death. Usually you just want to get it done fairly quickly.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Shut up. Curiosity got the best of me, not your twiddly talking.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Oh.
What horrible secret did this place
Are those
hold?
plasma
Stanley thought to
screens,
himself.
perhaps, or are
Did
they
he have
just
the strength
standard
to find
definition?
out?
Because, you know, that can make a big, big difference. Oh. Computer. Button!
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Stanley
nothing.
has had many adventures other than the Stanley Parable. Nightly adventures that were cut from the game. We're being too inappropriate.
This mind-controlled facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Where does this lead to?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for
Let's go to
all.
facility power.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story.
Okay.
Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever,
Ladies and
pushing
gentlemen,
buttons
I believe
endlessly and
this
then
is
dying
very,
alone.
very
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
It's another chance! Yeah. Fuck you, narrator! Yeah! Little explosions can't stop. This is spooky. Oh, wow.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope. Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Itself over? What is this?
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So, let us get on this thing.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure.
Okay,
really,
this has been
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. But in his eagerness to